fourth generation farmer. We're in Duplin County, North Carolina. We're one of the leading producers of swine in the United States. I do what I do because it is rewarding. So many positives that come out of the job. The animals are our number one priority. It can be challenging, a lot of hard work, a lot of long hours, but it can be very rewarding. Farmers are important to the country for many reasons. We provide not only food for all across the world, but we also provide a lot of opportunities for people in our communities to make a living. Through the years as farmers, we've always tried to do what was best for our surrounding areas and for our communities. We're being challenged to do a better job of reducing emissions and using resources that we have to provide a potentially consumable resource.
If animal agriculture takes the job on to manage methane effectively, then we can be an important part of a climate solution. Normally, livestock operation might store their manure in what's called a lagoon, an open storage containment facility. One of the environmental issues is the resulting gases can go into the atmosphere. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas, but methane is an interesting gas because it's not just produced by, let's say, animal manure, but it's also naturally destroyed. And it has a short lifespan. And that really is special because what it means is that animal agriculture, which as the main greenhouse gas has methane, can reduce that gas and by doing so reduce the warming. So what used to be considered a problem, a waste, which is the manure of those animals, is now turned into a solution. If you now cover a lagoon, then many of the issues are resolved. It's called a digester because you take animal manure and you let microbes digest that animal manure. Those microbes put out methane. And then we trap that methane gas. You take that energy out of the manure while leaving the nutrients in the manure so the nutrients can later be land applied as fertilizer. But in addition to that, we now also extract the energy. So you can make, for example, fuels from it and run vehicles. Or you can burn the biogas and make power from it. And we make it a usable product to replace fossil fuels. So that's really turning something that used to be a problem into a solution. Methane is really nothing else but energy. And by utilizing it, we can really make a difference.
We've been looking at ways to get energy out of the manure for many, many years, 15 years. The old style of dealing with that was really trying to capture the manure biogases produced under the digesters and burning it on the farm through a microturbine. What's really neat about these projects is a different way. It's a different model. We're capturing the biogas, pooling it together with other farms and selling it really as a product. And the value of that product is many, many times more valuable than commodity fossil gas. And it's a real opportunity for farmers in North Carolina.
So Smithfields got a tremendous goal here in North Carolina that they'd like 90% of their finishing capacity to be involved in manure to energy projects in the next 10 years. You know, if you think about that, that's transformative in the business here because it'll be the majority of finishing farms will have the opportunity to hopefully add digesters if they choose, and I think it's very possible.
So I think it's important for pork digesters to become an asset for all farmers and the swine industry whenever possible. We're turning what a lot of people think is something very negative, and we're taking that and turning it to a positive in the form of a renewable gas.
You know, Smithfields set its first greenhouse gas goal in 2016. What's different about us, a lot of companies have made greenhouse gas reduction goals. But what this is showing is actually true action in the field, reducing greenhouse gases farm by farm. So we can actually show that we are making changes. We report on it annually in our sustainability report. And we're being very transparent about how much we emit and how we're changing it over time. We've enhanced our goal to 30% reduction by the year 2030, and to be carbon negative by the year 2030 as well. And these biogas projects here in North Carolina, in Virginia, and across the United States really are going to be the pathway for us to get there.
California, the place where I live, has chosen a different approach. Farmers who say, we want to be part of a solution here and we do want to use technologies, are financially supported. And there's actually now a carbon credit system that helps farmers financially benefit from reducing emissions by, first and foremost, using the technology that we are talking about here, anaerobic digesters. Work with and not against farmers if you want to achieve good environmental outcomes.
You know, this type of investment in rural America is important. With regards to the farmers, we're trying to say, hey, if you'll make an investment in a digester, we'll make a significant investment in getting your biogas to market. If we didn't have this industry, this part of North Carolina and similar places across the country would be in real trouble.
You know, when I think of sustainability, I also think of this multi-generational aspect of it. When you talk to farmers, they're all about passing their farm on to the next generation, just like it happened to them. So oftentimes I meet with farmers who are 4th, 5th, 6th generation farmers, and all they can think of is how to maintain the best quality of land, of animals, and so on, of their natural resources, to pass them on to their kid generation. And to me, that's really what matters, that we have a food supply system that doesn't just take it out of the ground and depletes natural resources, but that is really regenerative. This is really what matters for us to have a sustainable food supply in the years to come.
I think that our environment is important to look after. So as hog farmers, I'd say that we are stewards of the land. Day in and day out, we're making sure that we're taking care of it. And our operations are dependent on us taking care of our land. We want to make sure that there is a future in the industry and that we continue farming.